Hey, what up everyone, it's Allfire here to make a real quick video for you guys on Necromancer, his talents, his build, and how I use him. I have found quite a bit of success with Necromancer since the patch. He is definitely a middle-of-the-road demon for being the most balanced, in my opinion. Puppeteer is fantastic at early game and kind of getting that early pressure in that possession. However, if you don't find him, you're low level, you're going to struggle the entire match and maybe get lucky at the book. And then you will have your Warlord, which is fantastic at the book phase. You're going to probably kill that book 99% of the time if you do the proper strat and the proper rotation, everything that you need to do. However, early game can be painful. You'll have trouble keeping survivors down. The best you can do is apply a lot of pressure. This obviously does not apply to every survivor group because none of them are made the same. I'm talking the pre-made sweat groups, okay? And then you have Necromancer. So Necro is good throughout. You can kill the book with him, although he's not as good as Warlord. You don't have as high of a chance, but you can still do it. It's a lot easier than Pup. And then you can apply pressure the entire game. You used to never want the elite units from Necromancer, but I have found that I enjoy them quite a bit. The reason for this, they do crazy cleave damage if the flute is up. You get at least one hit off with that elite, you are going to punish people. And so many groups are now running multiple melee since the hunter nerf, right? So you probably will be facing like an Arthur or some kind of melee leader with two warriors. You get off one cleave before they balance bar you, you're going to get a ton of damage out and you're putting a lot of pressure on the healers, okay? So do not discredit elites anymore. So you'll notice my build, I put a lot of focus on basics and I put a lot of focus on elites. And I have absolutely no focus on any of Ash's abilities, okay? I don't care to bring up a bunch of extra skeletons. I don't care to make the skeletons he reses stronger. I don't care about the aura. In my mind, me flooding them with a horde of skeletons just gives them the ability to iframes me that much more. They're going to go in their execution animations, balance bar animations. I'm not going to be able to hit them. Overall, the swarm technique just does not work against skilled survivors anymore. His abilities are kind of useless at this point in time. He also is easy to kill. You get a hunter with a shotgun in the head. You get your warriors wailing on you. It's just no good. I also don't put many points into the balance bar. I just put the standard 1 point just to get the rest of the tree. Okay. This standard 1 point is just because I have to. When you really think about it, once you max out your boss at level 21 when you're in a game, he can't be balance barred anyway. So you might get 1 or 2 boss summons off, if you're lucky, before you're 21. And are you really going to utilize that boss that hard during those phases? Not really. You're just trying to apply pressure. Okay. So I don't put a lot of focus on the boss. What I do have a lot of, the entire game is basic units. They're all over the map. They're cheaper to possess because they're floating around. You might as well utilize them to the best of your ability. Possess them, make them stronger. They have a great hit combination. Light, heavy, heavy, light, or light, light, heavy, heavy. Hit your your war cry, depending on what kind of platform you're on. And then you can reset your combo points. Okay. So my build is focused on elites, focused on the basics. I have some points in the seismic smash here with the extra damage. This is not the trident throw. It's actually when you smash your trident into the ground, spikes come out, does a lot of damage, especially with the flute up. I am not buffing my flute other than its range. Its range is fantastic because it lets you put it further away. Make sure you're always max ranging it. Even if it doesn't completely cover the point, even if it's just a side of the point, you summon your adds on that side and make them fight you there, okay? Also remember, traps are your friends. I put traps points. I put 3 points into my traps every game. As long as I'm playing Warlord, I don't do it with Pup at all because the Pup elites are useless. I won't get into that. But essentially, I like to put those traps down. I'll summon my unit, I'll possess something, and I'll fight on that trap. I'll make them come to me, and they'll run through the trap. I get free hits. That simple. Okay? Maybe some survivors don't do that, then you're forced to face them head on. My point here is the flute force is huge. I don't have anything in healthy bones. If they're going to kill my flute, they're going to kill my flute. 250 is basically one headshot anyway with a decent gun. I don't see much value in it taking 2 hits more or 1 or 2 extra shots when I can repurpose that point somewhere else, okay? I do keep irreparable damage for Evil Ash. This is an important thing because if you're trying to tunnel somebody, somebody's low on health, they won't get any healing, and you have a chance to finish them, okay? So this is a great ability. The effect duration is short, but it is useful. I have my points into Portal Authority for both my elites and my basics, although I don't use my elite portals as often as I probably could. I do use them on the book phase. It's crucial to be able to use them and be able to quickly turn those things out to hit the book, okay? I have points in Infernal Revenue because on the bigger map when you're energy starved, this is huge. You don't want to feel energy starved the whole time. You want to get whatever extra infernal energy you can. Obviously on objectives, it's not a huge deal because you're getting a shit ton anyway. You have your Demonic Dash, you have your Bone Rage. This is an absolutely useless talent point, by the way. This does not apply to your basic units. Well, it applies to your AI. It does not apply to your possessed units, I should say, okay? Health Razor for both my elite and my basics. I have Rocksteady for both my elite and my basics. Other than that, I just have points into heavy basic damage, heavy elite. Again, focusing on the elites, focusing on the basics. Usually just the elites for the traps, and the basics I just grab along the map the whole time. The name of the game is to apply pressure the entire time. You should always be applying pressure as you're playing Necro. So this is my build. Do keep in mind these passive abilities on the left. Just to stress how important the flute is, look at this damage increase, 70% damage increase, damage reductions 30%. I do not spec into Relentless Evil. This would actually reduce the time, but my Relentless Evil, the cooldown of my active skill, it's not that critical, 20%, it's like 15 seconds off. It takes longer to reset anyway, it's fine. Skullphobia, keep the fear up high. This is the only real use for having a horde of skeletons if you do have it. Motivational music. This is just an extra 20%. And then you have your skeletal injury, which is another passive. Just increases the damage while skeletons are up and within range. Okay. And I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but up here by Evil Ash's head, when I have this here, you can see if you are actually getting that buff or if they're getting that debuff, I should say. On the character screen, you can see the little icon next to the portrait. A lot of people miss that. But this is my build. I probably have like a 99% win ratio on Necro. I'm not even sure I've lost one on stream or off stream for that fact. Necro is my go-to against teams that I think are 4 stacked. Now, Warlord is also a go-to if you want to go to book phase every time. I try to avoid that, but this is my Necro build. Enjoy.